Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nerds with Dice. Tonight, we'll be playing Riff's Ballad of Fates. Of course, every week, we start on Tuesdays with this game, Riff's Ballad of Fates, PM EST. Wednesdays is Kingdom Hearts Dreams of Nobody at 1 p.m. EST with the Bardic Knockin' crew. Thursdays is Beyond the Void at 8 p.m. EST with me. And Fridays is Millennium Nights Turbo Jungle at 8 p.m. EST as well. Of course, we also now have merch. So if you haven't checked it out yet, there's a link in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can head over to the Nerds with Dice Twitter and find the link in the bio. Alright, we had a big cliffhanger last time, Kevin. What do you got for us?
So, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us for Riff's Ballad of Fates. Previously, let's go around and do the introductions real quick, because that is my favorite thing to get out of the way. And let's start with Peppermint.
Hi, I'm Nerdy Teddy, and I'll be playing Peppermint, our nature mage / healer.
Alright, and Kid.
Hello, I am Evan. I will be playing Krogahel Kid, a blacksmith.
And Freya.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I play Freya, who's a human spy, but also a Nightbane, which means I also play Rohan, an 8-foot tall being with a 20-foot wingspan and a flaming sword.
And Greeks.
Hi, I'm Ting. I'm playing Greeks, goblin-looking DB flight tech.
Alright. So, previously, the group had planned to blow up a factory that was producing glass being used, has the potential to be used as a crossing point for an invasion of Earth. Now, they had... Do you like how I just cut it to the bone right there?
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
that's exactly what it is.
Straight to the point.
They also had planned with their friend Yolanda, who is also a Nightbane, to send Yolanda through to the other side to deliver explosives there, in order that they could destroy the factory on the other side of the mirror wall. So, after obtaining explosives, the group gathered and then split up. Peppermint and Rohan are on watch, trying to maintain, visuals on Greeks, who is on distraction duty and has basically hijacked a couple of semi-trucks full of glass and sent them careening around, causing enough havoc for Yolanda to sneak through. Freya and Kid went down to the tunnels with, I believe they have the dog, right? Yes?
Yes, we had the dog.
With Boomer, a robotic dog and expert in explosives.
Riffs.
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 Just your standard riffs party. The group is making their way through pretty well. Things are going all right. Freya has entered the basement of the facility and is by the structural base where they're going to plant, or she's going to plant explosives. The skies are clear for Rowan and Peppermint at the moment. Greeks' distraction is working well enough that they have not spotted Greeks. And Kid was behind in the tunnels, and in the tunnels he encountered the people he's been looking for. His old friends, Wenra and Zarian. So of course, we're going to cut to Freya.
Yeah, good.
Freya, in the basement, you've got the dog with you.
Mhm.
The dog has pointed out how to place the explosives and on which pillars would be most effective. It can't shape the explosives due to its lack of, strong enough physical hands as well as you can. And roll me a percentage check, and you're going to use the dog's ability, which is 88% on explosives, to see how well you place the explosives.
52.
Okay, good. So you got that set. All right, I need to pull up the cameras because I keep staring at another thing. All right, so the explosives are set, but you can hear people talking. You've set the timers. How long have you set the timers for? You probably agreed upon a time earlier. So, like 5 to 10 minutes?
Yeah, no longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Um, do you want to listen in on that conversation or get out of there?
I like to listen for a little
For a
bit.
moment. Yeah. You hear two people talking, and it's going, yeah, we've got the foreman now. We've got 9/10 of the workers. We've got enough. It was like, it's never enough. We need more here. They want more. We can give them more. Well, but it takes time to do this right. And it was like, well, who cares about doing it right? They're all gonna know eventually. And it was like, well, it's not your call. It's like, damn straight, it's not my call. I would have started this a long time ago. I was like, well, and that's why you're not a prince yet. Okay. Cut to Greeks controlling one car, driving a second. You're making a big distraction. Give me a either automotive or hacking or any. Basically, I think it's an 88% chance for you to do anything you're controlling. So,
50.
all right, good. You keep the distraction going. They haven't spotted you yet. They're the scant number of guards, which seem to be armed with light armor and rifles, are running around trying to, like, one of them tries to jump on the truck and pull on the door. Are you going to let them open it?
Is this the one? Is this the empty truck?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll let him open it.
All right. He opens the door and starts trying to get inside. The guard succeeds in getting into the truck, but is jerking the steering wheel around, and his steering wheel is not responding at all. Tries to look for keys. Starts, trying to eventually just starts punching the dashboard. Doesn't seem to be doing too much. Let's see. Okay, so Rohan and Peppermint, give me a d20 roll.
What am I adding?
Nothing.
I
13.
rolled a 3.
Okay. So Rohan, as ever, is vigilant. Peppermint is distracted by some of the local fauna. One of them, like, they keep, like, some fauna came close and are, like, cowering between, putting Peppermint between them and Rohan. Like, there is a wolf kind of, like, looking past, growling a little at Rohan, and then just, like, anytime Rohan glances in that direction, it kind of cowers back behind a tree. Like, it,
I'm just trying to convince it that Rohan is a friend and that it can leave, but it won't listen.
it doesn't want to leave because there's a danger in its territory, but it's definitely going to stay. It's going to put you between itself and Rohan. Rohan, you see that the skies are quiet. There does seem to be a single car coming up from town towards the factory. It doesn't seem to be moving with any haste. It's just coming up at a leisurely, like, 15 miles an hour, going around, like, tree stumps and rough terrain.
Rohan would tap Peppermint's shoulder and point to the car.
You see a car about a half mile away and coming closer. It doesn't seem to be in a rush. It's not a. It looks to be a just basic old car that's been retrofitted a bit. The hood and the front panels are completely different shades, as though the hood has been replaced with another of a similar car. And it does have physical tires that is coming up a bit of road that's jagged and viney. Things have started growing through what used to be road. The trucks occasionally have come through and knocked them down so that the trucks can get through, but there's still, enough road for it to travel slowly and carefully.
Should we stop them?
You would know that Rohan can't. He's not like with like the communicator, so he's just going to look at you and like basically wait for what you want to do. So you would have to be the one to like talk to Greeks or or talk over the comm and all that type of stuff.
Okay. I think Peppermint would probably call Freya, because Freya is usually the plan maker. Just Freya.
The thing is, Freya is inside the
Oh, that's
basements
right.
at best. She might even still be in the tunnels.
That's
it's
right.
Unlikely
That's right.
the communicator is going to reach.
Okay. Yeah. Rohan, I think we should probably stop that vehicle before it goes too far.
He will nod. They will nod. So they will nod and fly up and over on the car.
All right. So Rohan lifts up and starts flying towards the car. We cut to in the tunnels, lit only by a small floating lantern and whatever light Kid is carrying, which I believe was his hammer.
Yeah.
Is Zarian and Wenra standing about 200 feet away down a hallway. They just came around a corner, or not a hallway, a path through the cracked tunnels underneath the factory.
You said she has a big blue scar on her face now.
On
right?
her cheek, yeah, basically like a slash there.
And she's never had that before, right?
No, that is new.
Okay. He would lift up his helmet first of all, his welding mask. Wenra?
Krogahel? And do you want to describe what Wenra and Zarian look like?
So, the way he's kind of described them before, but she is Wenra's a little heavy set, dark skin, lots of hair. It's kind of pulled back and sort of like she's got like a ribbon around it. She usually has a ribbon around it. It was a red ribbon, and he has that tied around his arm. So I don't know if she's got a new one or if her hair is just sort of out and wild. But she has like very frizzy hair.
There's a black ribbon now.
A black hair. Okay, so still tying it back. She wears like nice clothes, like what I guess a noble would wear, or like in this world's version of that. Nice clothes, fancy kind of clothes.
Yeah.
But like sort of like a something nice. Maybe a little flowy. You know what I mean? Like a
like
pretty.
She was a work day, like going to a modern office kind of.
Not quite. Not like a power suit. More like she's like, think a little bit more fantasy. You know what I mean? Like a little bit more fantasy-esque, like a little bit of like what Legend of like what Zelda would wear.
little
You
bit.
know,
Gotcha.
except that instead of a big old dress, it's like something that you can move in a little better.
Yeah.
And that's her. She other than that, she's not like remarkable looking in any particular way. She's not like, doesn't have like flaming eyes or anything. She's just sort of, chill, but very friendly, a very like friendly face.
Gotcha.
Zarian is like, if you would imagine, the way I imagine him is like an anime protagonist, like a blonde,
Spiky hair.
yeah, he definitely has like cloud sort of hair, tall, very not like beefy, but like shredded. He's in nice armor. I don't know what his armor looks like now, but he always kept it in like good condition.
It used to be shiny and silverish. Basically, it looked like a knight's armor, but it is made of MDC materials. Now he is wearing a black breastplate over chainmail.
Oh, so he changed his armor. I like that. He has a very like serious looking face all the time, just sort of like, but not cruel or mean looking. The way Krogahel always remembers him is just like, sort of like a serious guy. And he carries with him this sword that, is blue and is just unrelentingly good at, beating ass.
It's a two-handed sword.
Oh, good. It's like a big Final Fantasy sword.
It's not a huge sword. It's not a claymore, but it is a two-handed weapon.
Okay, cool. So he doesn't
or
have a
a
shield.
hand and a half, technically.
Like a long sword, like how you can hold a long sword with two hands. Yeah, that's kind of what I pictured. Yeah,
But does not appear to carry a shield. And never really did.
Never needed one. He is skilled. He looks like, the way I imagine he carries himself is, it, how you can like size people up and sort of get a feel for people sometimes. You would size Zarian up and be like, nah, I don't want to fight him. Like, he probably knows how to use that. He walks with confidence. You know what I mean?
He's still walking with that confidence. As they both come around the corner, he puts his hand on her shoulder and she stops walking. He says, "What are you doing, kid?"
I came to look for you. I came to look for both of you. What are you doing? What? Does someone? And like, he looks at the ground and kind of grips his hammer. I don't know if maybe someone has control of your mind or what. If maybe you got like a spell cast on you or something. So I found really powerful people, and they can probably help you. If you give them a chance.
Help us? You'll help us. How giving of you to help. Did anyone ask you to do this?
No.
I'm here on my own free will. We're fine. No one's controlling me anymore. No one.
What? No, that can't be Zarian. You're hurting people.
I've been hurting people my whole life. I'm just doing it for myself now.
What? Wenra, what's going on?
She looks sheepishly at the floor and Zarian says, "Don't tell him anything." And she looks up and says, "Nothing."
What? Don't... Wenra, what is happening? You know he's hurting people. Zarian, you know you're hurting people. Innocent people are dying because of what you're doing. What is this? Wenra, how can you just stand there?
You were always obsessed with her. You didn't come after me. You didn't come to help us, you came to help her.
No, I came for both of you. You're my best friend. You're both my best friends.
Just because we grew up together doesn't mean you know everything about me. or even about where we grew up. You bought in to the whole charade.
What? Lockhinge? What are you? You swore to defend Lockhinge.
I did. Lockhinge is a lie.
I don't understand. Wait. Did something happen? Did something happen to you that you're like infected or something? Because
You keep
this isn't you.
This
I
is
don't.
me. This is finally me. My whole life, I was under the pressure of my parents and their sins, and taking on their tasks and their quests, and their instilling in the great victory and valor and purity of Lockhinge, and defending the poor and innocent as though that will make up for what they had done.
Wait. So this is really you?
I'm as real as you are.
You let the demons out on that train? You've been sending these things out?
I don't send these things, I lead them when they are given to me.
That's worse.
I work for myself now. I take jobs, those who need my services, and I choose who pays me and what I get paid.
You're working for the Night Lords, though. They destroy worlds. I think they eat people. They're evil. How could you work for something that's evil?
How could you defend Lockhinge?
I don't know what your problem is with Lockhinge. I don't understand what you're telling me.
That's the thing, you've always been blinded by that town and your mother feeding you the stories.
I'll talk about my mother. Talk about my mama.
You should talk to her. Maybe this time you'll see through the lies.
Wenra, what is he talking about?
She looks down, looks up with a sad face, and says nothing.
Wenra, that's weird, because I always... I think at that, he takes a minute, looks at Zarian. What did you do to her? She's never held her tongue in her life. What did you do to her?
She held her tongue our entire lives.
Wenra, I know you don't want this. I know you don't want to help him hurt people. I certainly know you wouldn't work for the Night Lords. Who?
It's all about power, kid. Who has it? Who can force you to do what? You're here. Why are you here? You're chasing us?
Yes.
You're chasing phantoms. You're chasing your idea of us.
No.
It's time to grow up.
No, I need to help you.
You need to help me?
You're broken or sick or...
We're all broken. The town is broken. It's full of shards of broken wars and people. But I'm becoming something.
What are you becoming?
I'm becoming in charge of my own destiny.
No, you're not. No, you're fucking not. I just spent the last I don't know how many days learning about these horrible night people. You're not working for your own destiny. You're helping them fulfill theirs. And after they're done, they're going to eat you alive.
And who have you been helping?
My friends are pretty cool.
Pure people who have done no one no wrong, who are uncontrolled by anyone, whose motives you know? How much have you destroyed following me? What have you personally lost to this? Nothing? Has it been nothing except time? I always bore the price of everything growing up. Every burden came down on me in that town, and you know it.
You were a hero.
I was a pawn. You were a rook that just sat in the corner the whole game, doing nothing. If he's here, then the others are here. She continues to say nothing. Yeah. She looks normally you'd expect her, even if she was being told to say nothing, to be fighting it. Like,
Yeah.
completely red in the face,
Yeah,
straining against it.
absolutely.
She is not.
Is there Oh, can I eyeball a fella both of them
Yes.
and get a feel for what the fuck is going on? I forgot I had that ability.
Sure.
My one power. Okay. It's a D20 for this one?
Yeah.
Or no?
No, I think this is a percentile.
Yeah. Okay. So 2. Oh man. Ooh. 90 out of 62.
You're kind of blinded.
Yeah,
by
I think that makes sense.
the memories of them growing up together. The history you have is preventing you from truly grasping what's going on with them. You know he's angry, but he doesn't seem out of control. You know she's controlled, but something does seem different. What is one memory you have of the two of them?
Of the two of them together?
Or the
All three of us?
Or the three of you growing up?
I think there was probably a time when all three of us were sitting by maybe like a lake at night. It was really nice, like spring or summer, but like it was cool. And we were sitting there, and I think we were probably just talking about, just like life and stuff. And there was probably a moment where Zarian said something bordering on nihilistic. You know what I mean? Something that it's like, well, I mean,
Yeah. This
whatever,
was
who
as
cares,
teens.
right? And yes, as teen. So he's kind of a moody teen. And she shot him down like immediately. Maybe he said something along the lines of like,
what does any of it matter? And then she goes, it all matters.
yeah, yes,
Like,
yes.
Everything we do has an action. Everything we do ripples out. Everyone's actions determine the future, build towards something more. And if your actions are to tear things down, then you're not helping, and you should get out of the way.
That is like the opposite of progress, and it means nothing or something. And And not to mention all the little things that you step on along the way, they matter too. And it's like points to like maybe like lightning bugs who are kind of floating around, and you know what I mean? Some like little just life that you didn't quite notice, and it's like those matter. This all matters. I like that. That's good. I like that. But yeah, she was very animated and really never took anybody's shit. You know what I mean? She wasn't like aggressive in any way, but it was
No,
more
but
like
she didn't.
if you talked some stupid shit at her, she'd be like, "That's stupid." like
She would let you
like,
know,
don't talk that shit at me. Yeah, exactly.
and she would help you understand why it was stupid too.
Yes, yes. It wasn't so much just yelling at you. It'd be like, "No, no, no, listen," and would
Though, if you didn't listen, the yelling would happen,
yes,
and did on a number of occasions. So,
Yes.
from there, we're gonna cut to the car. Peppermint, you have seen Rohan flying off towards this car, is going to get there far before you. So if you want to do something, you might take a moment or two before you catch up, but you're more than welcome to interject however you want. Rohan, how do you stop this car?
I land on it.
All right.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Huh?
Rohan
Rohan
comes
big.
smashing into the front engine block of this car.
Yes.
The airbags deploy. They were somehow still functional. And smack into the faces of the two people in the front seats wearing what looked to be plaid shirts with one has a pack of cigarettes in the front pocket. They're both wearing, it looks to be jeans from here. One of them is wearing a cowboy hat in the car. And the one person in the back seat gets slammed up into the front two seats because they are their hands are tied together behind their back.
Ooh. Sorry.
It takes a moment as things settle. Does Rohan do anything else in very quickly because Rohan's quick?
Yeah, Rohan would like want to get the driver like
Out of the car.
out.
Rohan rips the door off and grabs at the driver, who sits up and stares at Rohan with blank eyes.
Oh no.
Though a beat passes for that one. Does Rohan like literally throw them?
Yes.
Rohan flings that one into the woods. We'll call that one.
Yeet.
Yeah.
Two pulls from what looks to be a quick draw holster a laser pistol and is going to fire at Rohan
Cowboy.
with a 22 to hit. You cannot
Yeah.
parry energy blasts at point blank range, or you can, but you take a
No.
negative 20.
No. I will take it.
Okay. This is not the greatest pistol, but 9 mega damage. And it opens its door looking mostly unhurt. Number 2, and the person in the back makes a small moan. You can see that the one that's getting out of the car is reaching into his pocket for something else with his other hand. Greeks, up at the front. You hear the sound of a loud crash. It sounds like a car moving slowly just hit a tree. The security guards start looking over in that direction as well, but one of them's still trying to get has pulled out a gun and looks like he's about to try to shoot the panel on the truck. And he shoots it, but the panel's still functional, so the truck is still moving. Basically, until they hit something significant,
Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna have to roll real well to basically, or do enough damage, because you're just shooting into the front of a car You don't. They're not a mechanic or engineer. They're just putting the blaster into the steering wheel, and the steering wheel is now broken, and the radio's gone. But they didn't hit anything major. Are you? Yeah. Go ahead.
I was about to turn on the radio, like turn it up, and just give them this loud
Uh,
static.
Oh, it's just super loud static in there now. The speakers are still working, though the radio is no longer able to be tuned or used successfully. And you see another guard coming up, carrying a rifle, who looks like he's kind of avoiding the truck and looking down the road. And there's one more guard on the docks.
How far away was that crash?
Let's. I said a half mile, but then it kept moving, so about a quarter mile. Was that 1,000 feet? Well, we'll say 1,000 feet. It got pretty close before action was decided to be taken, or action had been decided. I don't know. I'll have the editor fix the syntax on that sentence. All right. Back at the car, Peppermint, you're up there. You just saw a guy get yeeted out a window or yeeted out of a door, and Rohan take a laser blast.
And then the one, he stepped out of the car, right, and was reaching into his pocket.
Yeah, one hand already has a looks like a Wilkes laser pistol.
Okay, I'm going to hit him with befuddle before he does anything else.
All right, and there's a save on that.
Just looking at that.
Well, yeah. Or is there not?
Yeah, save versus magic.
Okay.
And I
need 1,000 bookmarks. Oh, that book. This book has it more easily. All right. He rolled a 4, so it's not going to work no matter what the bonus is. So, you know,
okay.
There's that.
Oh, befuddle.
My spell strength is 13, so.
Gotcha. 35. Alright, what does Befuddle do? Just have their actions and give them penalties?
Yeah, -2 to strike, have their actions, and then skills suffer -20%.
Okay. Alright. The spell goes off without a hitch. You see the thing kind of grab at its... the free hand that was going into the pocket kind of grabs at the chest. Okay, back in the tunnel. Zarian says, "Kid, you don't understand what you're doing."
I think that's what I should say to you. That's terrible. You don't understand what you were doing. I'm trying to save my friends. Now you're doubting
yourself. You've never had the confidence when needed to go out there and do what you need to do.
I'm here now. And I'm trying to help. Just come home. Both of you, just come home. We can figure this out. We can talk about this. We can try to work this out.
Oh, you want to sit down and have tea with the town elders? Have a friendly little chat? While they lie to our faces again?
Lie about what?
Everything.
Zarian?
You don't know what they've done. They don't tell anyone. And I can't tell anyone. I keep my oaths. Because I have to. For now. I will be unbound.
what to do. What can I do to help you?
She looks up and says, "I'm sorry."
Wenra, please come home. Why are you helping him? And I start walking forward.
She puts her hands up. And if that does that make you stop?
He would stop.
Okay. She goes, "Krogahel, I can't." I can't.
You can just stand by while this happens?
She stood by for so much more you don't even know.
No.
You think anyone here is sinless? Well, maybe you.
I don't think anyone is sinless. I think there's a difference between committing a few sins and aiding literal walking atrocities.
Zarian
Nightmare
smiles
monsters.
a little bit at this.
Who does? He does?
Yeah.
I don't understand what's going on, and I don't understand why you two are doing what you're doing. But you need to stop. You're hurting too many people, and you're gonna hurt more. What happened to all the people that were replaced?
What do you
Where are the
think happened
originals?
to them? People die. A lot. People kill, people take what they want, and they guard them, and they drape themselves up in whatever banner they want to make themselves feel better about what they've done. I'm wearing my own banner now. Metaphorically. Right now I'm wearing this black armor.
You mean this? You mean what you're saying?
I will be free.
Zarian,
Oh, sorry. You can go ahead if you have something to say.
Zarian, I can't let you hurt any more people.
And with that, we are going to cut
Yeah.
to Freya. You hear the two people talking. They're like, "We have an incident on the road." Also, one of the guards has stopped reporting in. Shit. All right. Give me a moment. And what does Freya do?
Are all the bombs planted?
They are.
Well, so hearing that means we're about to be found. Which means we need to blow this shit up now. I'm going to well, the robot dog, I don't have to worry about the boomer, right? I don't have to worry about okay.
If Boomer does not survive, it will be sad for the people who gave it to you.
Yeah.
They have incident insurance.
So I'm sure we figured out how fast we could get out. Right? We would need to be in the tunnel, right? To be kind of safe.
If you were in the tunnels, it would be somewhat safe, but even then you're putting a huge explosion in the tunnels.
Yeah. So basically
it's not a good place to stay. It will take you at least 3 minutes to navigate your way out.
Okay.
through the windy ass path
Back to kid.
back to Kid. That also gives a good amount of time for Yolanda to get through the onto the other side, which they have, or she's got no way of letting you know that she's done that.
Yeah.
But you can just trust that she's done her job.
So 3 minutes to kid, and then what? We would need another 2 minutes to run. I'm thinking kid's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You're
I'm gonna,
wondering why Kid isn't keeping up with you, but you're just getting
Yeah.
your job done.
Yeah. I'm setting it for 5 minutes and
Okay.
booking it.
All right. Cut back to Peppermint and Rohan. Peppermint, you are standing there. You see the one guy who got thrown has pulled out a radio and is talking into it. Rohan, there is a person kind of grabbing at their chest on the other side of a car. There is someone tied up in the back seat, and there is another person against a tree on a radio, and Peppermint's behind you.
Rohan looks at Peppermint, points to the person who's tied up, and then turns to go kill the, the one on the radio. Must stop communication.
All right. Give me some attacks. We will use this in place of a bigger set of attacks, or more action, rather than go back and forth blow for blow.
All right, so 27 and a 20. So do
Alright.
both of those hit?
Yes.
So first amount of damage. Uh, 31.
31 damage.
Second set of damage. Wow, it's another 31.
Okay. Rohan goes over to this figure and starts taking them apart. Rohan, they do have a pistol, and they will attempt to shoot Rohan, and just straight out miss both times because I rolled a 1 and a 5. Great, good work. And as Rohan cuts into them with the sword, there is a sound of crumpling as the slices cut through what appears to be a thick, muddy
Paper
paper.
mache. Yep.
on the first one. And Rohan completely takes off one of the arms. There, it falls to the ground, not exactly hollow, but kind of filled with a translucent fluidish, looks like. Maybe a bunch of webbing, kind of. Peppermint. As Rohan's taking that one apart, there's... what do you do?
The other, I think she wants to stop the, she'll pull out her pistol and, shoot at the other one while it's still under the spell.
Gotcha. Alright, go ahead and make the attacks. You don't have to roll high.
That still might be a problem, but we'll see how this goes. Just a d20, right?
Yep. And any plus to strike.
$13.
Alright, that's enough to hit.
And it's just an energy pistol.
135. Yep, so it's a couple of d6, probably. Or d8s, I forget. Okay. How much damage? Because the doesn't seem to be resistant to energy or anything.
Okay, I don't... What is it? Just
Let's say it's 3d6 if you can't find it.
okay. Hold on, it might be. Oh, there. Yeah, 3d4.
Okay.
Ten.
All right. You hit. There's the sound of laser burns. Lasers do make a sound when you fire them, unless you force them not to, because they sell better. If they make a noise when you shoot them.
Pew pew.
Is that Rift's lore? Is that
Yes.
the world? Like people came out with laser guns, but they didn't make a noise, and people were like, why aren't they making noise? Are they broken? And they're like, oh, and so they made them make noise. That's amazing. That would be me. Like it's not going pew. I don't want it. That's
The and you can do a second thing. If you would like. Take another
Yeah.
shot, get to the car, and see what's in the back seat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the car and see who's in the back seat.
All right, in the back seat, you see a what looks to be a 14-year-old boy man who has the faintest of mustaches on his
Of course.
on his upper lip. He has kind of like dark tan or a person that works a lot in the sun look to him. He has a work shirt, like a work shirt. One badge says Cash Farms. The other one says Lance. And he is tied up. His wrists and legs are tied.
I have like some kind of knife on me, and I'll
You absolutely have a knife.
start cutting his.
The knives
his
are not
binds.
MDC. You easily cut them, and he looks a little scared of you, but looks a little more scared of the.
Right.
Do you say anything to him to?
Okay, you're okay, but you're gonna have to come with me. And so, like
yes.
start.
Yes, ma'am. And he, as he pulls the gag out of his, goes, yes, ma'am.
I will lead him out of the car and head for cover in the trees, basically.
Gotcha. He runs with you. All right, Greeks. The one in the car is just shooting solidly through now, and appears to have hit enough of the computers in there to kind of disable the car. It is still going to roll and crash at a very slow speed because the braking system is also gone.
So good.
So everybody except for maybe Kid hears the sound of what is essentially a bag full of glass being rammed into a concrete wall at approximately 10 miles an hour.
unique sound.
It
You
is
never
very
forget.
specific.
It's very specific.
Greeks, are you doing anything else? You've got the second car or second truck, and you could get out and get away, or you could go deeper in, but that seems like a bad idea.
Is there another truck?
There were two trucks. You were hiding behind one, and
No,
you
there
took
was just
over
a-
another one.
There's just the two total.
There might have been three, but the third one doesn't have a starter. Like, it looks like it hasn't moved in, like, years.
Right. I just like start circling the guards with the,
With the truck that
driving
you're.
around. Yeah.
Gotcha. Are you in the second truck?
Yeah.
All right. So we cut to Greeks driving like a maniac, whipping the tail of the truck at them. Roll me a driving check.
37.
All right. Do you want to hit them? They do seem to be wearing light MDC armor. They may or may not be fake people.
Just sort of. I mean, if they get hit, then
All right.
I'm not aiming for them, but if the truck is
Yeah. Is Greeks enjoying themselves?
yeah.
There is a big rope right above you. Do you pull on that rope?
Oh yeah.
All right. Then the sound of the truck's air horn starts blaring. And one of the guards almost get hit by it. One of them ducks and the thing goes clear over them. And the other one starts shooting at it and catches the tires and goes flying back into the concrete wall. Sorry, calculating. There is the sound of shooting inside. And then the sound of a scream. All right, kid. Go. You can't tell me what to do, kid. You can't tell. You are.
I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm trying to tell you that I can't let you hurt people. And I can't let you control Winra. I know she doesn't want to do this. She wouldn't, and I know deep down you don't want to do this either.
I will do what it takes to be free. And if you're going to continue to stand in my way, that's going to be a problem for you. Get out of our way. Clearly, since you're here, means something's about to happen. So, I'm not needed here anymore. So you get a warning this time. Stay out of my way, kid.
I don't think he would say anything. I think he's too upset.
At this point, we'll say Freya has come down the tunnels.
Freya's probably like, get that mask on, fire up the hammer, we gotta go.
As you
hear that from the behind.
Yeah, you
she
hear
thinks
that.
everything's okay.
Yeah.
Now he's worried.
And Freya, you come around a corner and you see Freya, you see Zenra and Wenra and Zarian. God, I keep doing that. You see Wenra and Zarian, the man with the cobalt blue sword, standing at the other end of the tunnel, just staring at Kid.
Did Kid do what I said and bring down the helmet and fire up the? Or
my
is
hammer,
he still...
my hammer is already like red hot and
because it's like, providing light.
Yeah, it was already lit, and I thought there were enemies coming down, so I lit up my hammer. But my helmet is up because he's talking to them.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to fight them.
You hear Freya go, get that helmet down. I don't know if you do it or not. Okay. No. And then
he's more just like, oh shit. Like, oh no.
And she arrives and she notices. She probably pauses. Is that them?
Yeah. Which one are you?
Well, let's see. You're not hugging. How about on the? She went. Well, okay. You're not hugging each other. That's bad. I'm going to be the one to shoot you. And
No.
At that point, Wenra goes like this, and Kid's hammer goes cold.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
no.
It's
No.
it's utter darkness in the tunnel now.
Oops.
They both scary.
Do you shoot?
yeah, they're not
Okay.
hugging.
Can I try to like slap the gun down?
No.
Okay, okay.
You are not.
Then
right
instead
up
I
next
just go,
to her.
no! Like I'm just trying to I just don't want her to shoot them.
I got a 17.
Okay, -10 is a 7 for the darkness, because
Uh-huh.
the shot hits something. You hear the sound of a laser hitting an energy field. Then you hear Wenra say, "I'm so sorry." And then there is another sound. A sound of something changing. It's magic. The light of the energy blasts show that you basically would have hit Zarian, but Wenra got in the way. And it hit an energy field. And then we hear that. And are you going to fire again?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Dick. Ooh, that's another 17.
It would have hit them were they still there. The light from the bolt shows no one else in the hallway besides the two of you.
Oh, so they're gone?
They appear to be. It is completely dark in the tunnel now.
Can I like reach in and get like one of those like I
Yeah,
probably
you-
have something.
You pull out either some kind of light.
Yeah.
Kid, your hammer feels cold, but feels back to normal now. It's not lit.
Back to normal now.
Yes, for a moment
Like-
it was dead cold in your hand, as though the life had left it.
Oh my god, like she made it no like a normal hammer.
Yes,
Fuck me. Okay, but now it's good.
but now it isn't lit because you haven't activated it. But
I will light it. I will light it again. Let me see if I have enough juice for that. I think I do. How much does it cost for me to do that?
enough cinematically that you can do it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Light it up
Yeah.
again.
The hammer lights again, showing an empty tunnel with only a single scorch mark in the wall.
No.
And Boomer
No.
says,
Fuck.
I would my recommendation is that you continue on your path.
Yeah.
And
let's
takes
go.
off past you.
No shit. All right, let's start running.
All right. Rohan easily takes care of one. As Peppermint run and Lance run for cover, Lance says, "Ma'am, can I get the gun?"
Oh, yes. Sure. Do you know how to shoot it?
He just kind of smirks a little.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And you toss him the gun. He grabs it out of the air and whips it around and puts 3 bolts directly into the standing one's chest. Ooh, that was a 20. Yeah. Multiplied. Yeah, that'll be enough. To put basically a hole in the chest, and you hear the bugs screech as the human body doesn't respond to that third shot. All 3 shots were in the same part. So he hit the bug directly in the chest. He says, I figured out you gotta hit him in the chest, big one.
pretty sure Rohan would be aiming that way, but
Yeah, Rohan took off some limbs because
Yeah.
the thing was moving around, but Rohan is successful enough. Do you want to roll the attacks on it?
oh, it's still going.
It's still moving.
That's a 24.
Yeah, it can't move that much.
Okay, let me. I'll roll damage.
Yeah.
That's 30. Still-
30 will take out that bug.
Okay.
And the other one, its body is moving jerkily, and it looks like it's starting to try to walk, but the walking is like a marionette whose strings have become tangled.
I should finish that one off. That's a 26.
26, yes, roll your damage.
$29.
Absolutely, with what he shot, yes. Rohan puts the sword straight through the middle of the back. And there is a sound of wetness as he pulls the blade back. It is covered in some kind of bug innards.
I do not like these creatures one bit, sir. I do not like them. Sam, I
No.
am.
I don't think you're supposed to like them.
Good.
Yeah.
It
No,
was
they're not your
just-
favorites. You don't want to cuddle them.
No.
No.
God.
So after that, Rohan is gonna like Freya's. They're going to get the impression from Freya it's about to blow, and so he's going to start to make sure that no one gets away. You know, kind of starting that sort of deal.
Yeah. Greeks. You see a black skeletal chitinous being thrown out of part of the warehouse physically, basically into the side of the truck you're in, slamming your truck again into the side of the wall. What is Greek's escape plan?
Just running out of there.
Do you abandon? You're right next to the wall. Do you abandon the truck?
Yeah.
All right. So you're attempting to get over the wall. Give me any kind of athletics or acrobatics. Do you have acrobatics or gymnastics? I don't remember off the top of my head. You might.
No.
All right. Okay. The gate might, like, between you and the gate is one of the guards with a rifle. Do you have any jumping ability? I don't think you do. Just because you're amphibious doesn't mean you're a frog. No. How do you get past this guard?
Oh, I can call my ship back to
Okay.
pick me up.
Oh, that's true. Your ship comes zooming in, laying down a suppressing fire. A blast of laser fire to make that guard get out of the way. The ship comes roaring past it. Your pod swings by. Give me a piloting check.
That's a 25.
All right, you easily scoop yourself up. Dive, basically splashing into your pod as it seals up. You dive through, the little window shuts directly behind you, you flip around in the tube, and the pod takes off over the wall. Let's see. The two of you continue running through the tunnels. You... Yeah.
Goes boom.
All right. And
Oh, that would be
there's
so
nothing
loud.
else in the tunnels.
We're just in a tunnel and there's an explosion.
It would be practically deafening.
Yep.
We're getting tinnitus.
It
for
would actually
sure.
be literally deafening.
Yep.
But you are at least into the old mine area. You're hoping the distance will be enough. Peppermint, you've taken out the bugs and met Lance. Rohan sees that there is one of the flyers seems to leap out of the building, out of actually one of the smokestacks. Rohan, with their amazing vision, sees one of the hunter ones crawl out of the smokestack and come shooting out after Greeks.
Rohan will intercept.
Rohan goes to intercept, and
And kills.
as soon as that happens, Greeks, you are also. What do you want to do in response to one of these flyers launching towards itself towards you?
Shoot it.
All right, you spin the pod around to shoot it. Go ahead.
19.
You hit it clearly, but this doesn't seem to phase it whatsoever. It gets basically onto your pod and is going to slash at it with the wicked glaive it's holding.
Wait, is this one of the hounds?
This is one of the flying ones.
Okay.
It's like the hounds. It looks like the hounds, but with wings. Sorry about that. The hunters, they're called. What's its damage with the thing? 3d6 plus another 2d6. Right. 13 plus 6 is 19. Add another 5 for 24. 24 damage to your pod. You're still flying in the direction of away, but it is now up on your pod. Rohan gets there, and between the two of you, I'm gonna say, between the fancy flying to shake it off, and roll it. What's your IQ? 22? Yes, your IQ is above 20. I was gonna say roll a d20, and if you get under your IQ, but your IQ is above 20. So you figure, oh, that's right. Regular weapons don't hurt these. You're not regular. Your bond with machinery isn't regular. How much do you believe in your lasers?
A lot.
How much PPE would you like to pump into your
PPE?
lasers? Yeah, no, ISP. ISP. Yes, there we go.
We'll go 20.
Okay. So go ahead and, since you already hit, roll that damage. Roll your normal damage. And let me find out how much you're adding. Because I'm basing this on a thing. Hold on. Oh,
16.
holy crap. Well, you don't have that good version of it. 16, and you added 20. And then add 3d4 mega damage to it.
Uh, 16 plus 9.
All right, that is
25.
25. That's a good amount of damage, and you see these laser bolts. The thing is not afraid of them and is not expecting them to do anything to it. So it flies straight into them, and these bolts wail into it. You feel like your cannons have been psychically charged, and you can add additional ISP to do what is it? 6 ISP to do 1d4 additional damage. And it will cost you 2 ISP to turn your weapons into any machine or gun you're holding. I'll just say machine. Any normal weapons wouldn't do this. But any machine you're piloting physically, you can spend 2 ISP to add the psychic tag to the bolts effectively. Your laser turret spins, red flashes. What color would they be if they're not red? Is there like does Greeks want to have his own G.I. Joe laser blast color?
Oh wait, whatever the what was the aura color? Green?
Your aura color was kind of green with maybe a hint of orange. It's kind of like a yellowish green.
Yeah, like kind of a mix of that.
Yeah, somewhere in I think the Crayola crown would be called lily pad. You're not a frog, but it's just right there. As the bolts go flying into it, Rohan comes in with their massive damage. I'm sure. Rohan, go ahead and roll your damage, because you'll hit it. So just roll damage.
26.
26. All right. That's adding up. It will take a little bit to get it, but between the two of you, Peppermint, is there anything you can do from the ground?
Yes, I can throw stones. It has a 100, 300, well, what level, or what? Level 3
Three.
now?
Yeah.
So I got a 500-foot range on launching stones.
Okay. That's a thing you can do.
You can throw a rock 500 feet.
Yes, magically. Throw a rock
Nice.
500 feet.
Nice.
Is this one of those things where you can hand the rocks to other people?
Let me look at it, because I don't know.
Like as if the rock will go 500 feet no matter who throws it.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I just know I
awesome.
can, it's... Hold on, I gotta figure out where it is.
I know
It's
you've
like,
got a billion spells.
If you hand me one of those rocks and I kick it and I whack it with my hammer, can it be like a molten rock heading
I
towards
think we've
somebody?
done that before.
It sounds fucking cool. I'm down. I like that idea.
I do know it's like something like 4 stones that I can summon.
Is this? Yeah, I don't have the book. I need to get a book of magic.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I just don't remember which.
What's the spell name?
Throwing stones.
Oh boy. That might be a nature spell? Doesn't matter. So, let's say you can hand them to other people. Would you hand one to, you may throw one on your own, and would you hand one to, Lance?
Yeah, he has.
Lance is firing at the thing ineffectively. I mean, he's hitting it every single time, but it is not doing anything.
Red. He has. He's far more accurate than me, so. Yeah, I'll hand him one.
Alright, throw yours, because he needs to figure out what to do with it, and the best way is to show him.
There it is. It just says they can be magically hurled.
Okay, that stone becomes magically hurled by you first, and then so go ahead and.
It has a +2 bonus to strike.
All right.
And then I rolled a 3, so that is 5.
And he goes, oh, yeah, and he just like he throws it sidearm like he's skipping a rock. And that is a 19, so that's a crit for him. How much damage do they do?
1d6 plus 1 per level.
So 1d6 plus 3.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll that.
Five.
All right. The rock hits into it once again. It's not expecting to be hurt by it, and bam, catches part of its beak and takes a good chip out of its beak. Between the rocks and Rohan and Greeks, it takes a little bit as you fly away. It takes about another minute of like a little bit of skirmish. That does seem to, you do see other, like you do see another hunter start circling the smokestack, but it doesn't leave to follow you, and you're running. Boomer goes, "Please put your earplugs in," and actually, a little two little nubbins on a orange string come flying out of it towards both of you.
I grab it.
5, 4. This is all while it's running. 5.
This
4,
is a stressful day.
2, 1. Boom. The entire place shakes.
Good.
The building starts to implode.
Nice.
There's no shrapnel flying everywhere. The explosion is contained within basically within the lot. The glass trucks go crashing. You hear the sound of molten metal smashing and flowing, and the entire building starts to crumble bit by bit as it no longer can support its own weight. The caves become dusty. You are being hit with pebbles, basically. This, like, all the way down the cave, they have been ricocheting so hard and so far that you're basically being hit with pebbles. This isn't gonna, like... and you keep moving, and you're getting towards the mouth of the cave, and you can see light as a dust cloud comes flying past you. On the road, Lance goes, "Oh no," as the building explodes.
He said, "Oh no."
And that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh no.
Okay.
Why did he say, "Oh no"? Oh no, the secret to killing the Night Lords was in there. Ah, damn it.
So, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Go ahead and get yourself a little break. Do what you need to. Move around a little. All right, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you in a little bit. Enjoy the artwork. We go. Hello, everyone. We are back.
Okay, so Kid had a lovely, calm chat with Zarian and Wenra, where Wenra said a whole bunch of things. No, where Zarian aired some grievances.
Yeah, he was grumpy. He's in a mood.
Yeah, and they disappeared before the explosion happened, or they disappeared before anyone could, really start fighting them. And Rohan and Peppermint got Lance Cash out of the back seat of a car being driven by two Hollowmen, which they took care of. Greeks and Rohan then fought off one of the Sky Hunters, or Hunters, that are the black hollow, not hollow, the black chitinous, ash-made beings. And Greeks put his mind into his weapons to great effect. After the explosion happened, Lance said, "Oh no," and we'll pick up right there. Lance starts like running towards the factory.
Wait, where are you going?
There's probably people in there.
People, it wasn't just the bugs?
I don't know.
We never really checked, did we?
No,
It's not
I
like
realized,
we fucking
I realized that
investigated
as we were like coming back from break, I was like, we never checked to see if there were
we were
people
like,
in there.
We were like, fuck it, they're probably all bad. Just fucking blow it.
We did do this at night thinking that the regular workforce would be gone.
Right.
Oh yes,
Sure.
yes, yeah, sure. I remember that being part of the plan.
I think Peppermint will start running after him then.
Gotcha.
Are we out of the cave?
You are out of the cave, and coming out of the cloud of dust we see, shooting out of the mouth of the cave, we see you all comically coming out covered in a fine layer of debris.
Did Boomer make it?
Boomer made it. Yes, actually, Boomer sits down on his back paws in front of you, and gets on all fours and does the dog shake, like dogs do to get rain off of them, to get some of the dust off. You see its eyes light up briefly, and basically it looks down at the ground and shoots lasers out of its eyes to clear off the debris.
Like any real dog would.
To clear its sensors. Yeah.
Oh, he's so cute.
He then sits down and says, "Thank you for using Boomer. Would you like to fill out a comment card?" And opens its mouth. A little card is printing out of its mouth. It's 1 to 5 stars. Are you satisfied with Boomer's performance? Are you satisfied with Boomer's personality?
Freya just takes like some of the dirt, just like 5 stars at all. There you go. Like rubs a little charcoal. Like, yeah, 5 stars all around. Thanks.
Thank you. Remember Titan Robotics for all your future needs.
Gotcha.
Well, goodbye. And it just starts walking back towards Merktown.
Aw.
Actually, it takes off at a full run.
Are there enemies spewing out of things?
No.
Kid just sits on the ground.
You sit out in the quarry, and you are coughing a little. There is dust everywhere. It's hard to breathe.
I guess we did it.
Yeah, it should. And Freya like coughs. It's like we're out of the cave. Yeah, out of. Okay.
Your communicators work now. So, Rohan, what does Rohan do in response to Peppermint and Lance starting to run towards the place?
Rohan wants to kill the evil things. So, if there's anything trying to fly away, anything, Rohan.
Gotcha. Greeks, what are you going to do? Your sensors are a little fouled, but that'll calm down in a minute. As the dust literally settles. Because right now your radar is not of much use.
Just time back. Yeah.
You
Well,
digitized a little there.
Things are
Okay.
good. I'll just respond back to Freya. Things are good up here.
And Freya be like, watch out for, like, escaping bug things or whatever. Just, yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Rohan going around does see a few things starting to crawl out of the rubble. Only like 7 of them. And
Uh-oh.
one being just stands up. It is a man with alabaster skin and what looks to be the sleeves and pants and torn and shattered pants of a business suit above his black complete set of armor. Kind of skin tight black chitinous armor. And he reaches down into the rubble and pulls up a what looks to be injured human and starts. How good is Rohan's hearing? It's not supernaturally good, right?
Rod, I don't know how supernatural.
It would be
s-
specifically noted.
No, no, but he would be watching this though.
Yeah. So Rohan's quick, but this is all happening very quick too. And the man lifting the other one slaps the other one awake. He makes eye contact with Rohan. Rohan is. Give me a horror factor check, -10.
Oh,
Wait, what?
But
For Rohan?
Oh,
for
no.
Rohan.
they got a 3. This is not a good night.
Rohan is stopped in their tracks as a gaze of power is made at Rohan. After that, the man shrugs his shoulders and goes, "Fine. I'll find another way. Wake up! Wake up!" And shakes the human who kind of goes awake and goes, "Teleport now!" The man groggily goes, "What?" He goes, "Teleport! Before the rest of them get here!" And the guy casts a spell.
How far away am I?
You are... Rohan's flying and fast. You're on the ground and running.
Right.
Yeah.
So you
Rohan?
can't see that person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
And the
Rohan would,
dust is still settling.
yeah, because Rohan would be sending Freya pictures, and once Freya saw that, she would be relayed
Oh,
to everyone.
Oh, good. Freya, give me a horror factor check.
Oh. Whoops.
Freya's just outside.
Yeah, no, you are getting pictures from Rohan.
Oh, crap.
Oh. You can like see through each other's eyes?
Yeah, because that's how it works.
Oh my god,
So
that's wild.
that's a 16 for me.
All right, you don't get the -10 because you're not there in person.
Okay.
That is enough to make it, but you know Rohan did not,
Yeah.
which is itself disturbing. It is a being that when Rohan sees, Rohan is given a moment of true fear. And the face is etched in your mind. It is sharp. I'm trying to think of an actor. Like, let's just go ahead and say it's the face of...
Nicolas Cage.
No, I don't want to give him that much charisma. It is the face.
I like that you took a second to decide what is it that that Nicolas Cage would have, and it's charisma.
It's his charisma. Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that much passion. I don't know.
I think passion is the word.
Like a Tom Hiddleston or something?
Not so much a Tom Hiddleston. More like a guy from Twilight.
Robert Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
I would cast Robert Pattinson in this role. No facial hair. A younger Robert Pattinson.
Very
before he
young?
got- yes.
This is the man in the chitin armor.
Yes. And
Okay.
was wearing a business suit over it.
Okay.
He's not sparkly, is he?
He is not sparkly. He is in fact what is the word? Sallow? I think that's a word. Like,
Yeah.
well, he's also covered in ash. So there's that.
Was this the same man that was in the basement of a spooky house?
You don't know.
You're right. I don't know. You're right. That's
You know-
meta knowledge.
yeah,
that's
meta.
Evan, not anybody
You'd
else.
have
That's
to
just
ask Yolanda,
Oh.
oh.
who's not
Okay.
here. You don't see Yolanda climbing out of anything, but Rohan does very quickly find another hound starting to get itself out of the rubble. The explosion was not enough to actually injure them because they don't take damage from explosions,
Ugh,
but
my
it did
God, of
collapse
course
the
you don't.
building. And Rohan, but there were only about 3 of them moving around at this moment. Rohan, between Rohan and Greeks firing, Peppermint coming up. Peppermint, you're next to Cash, and he's like, "Oh my God, oh, well, it was the night shift, right? Okay, all right. Logan's on the day shift, so he's probably okay." He starts to calm down a little, but he's like, "But I don't know who was in there. I don't know. What happened?"
We should deal with the problem at hand right now, and then we'll fill you in.
Who are you? I mean,
Oh,
thank you for saving me, but
I'm Peppermint. Hi.
hi, I'm Lance Cash.
Right. I think we were actually supposed to come find you, but we got sidetracked.
What?
We forgot.
And then we cut over to Greeks. You're using your powered up guns on these hunters? Not the hunters, the hounds. It takes a minute for your radar to clear because your targeting systems have trouble shooting through active dust. They are extremely good, but dust. It takes a little bit, but between Rohan, Greeks, and Peppermint, you're helping take down any from a distance?
Yeah.
Or, all right, any of the ones you see moving out. You don't see, as you come up, you do see what looks to be a bit of a body, and you're alarmed at first, but then you get up there and you see that it is crushed like paper mache. So as this plays out, we're just gonna play out all of this in a montage, basically. Greeks and Rohan are taking care of the bad guys. Peppermint, you're looking for people and taking out other hounds. Lance just is like catching his breath. Kid, Freya, you're still at the bottom of the quarry.
We hear.
Yeah, we would be slowly making our way back. I know it's going to take.
Yeah, it takes a couple of minutes, but you guys get out of the quarry. You're covered in dust. You look like a caricature, like a character who was holding a bomb in a cartoon. It's gray dust just covering you.
If I lift my welding mask, is my face fine?
No, because it came from behind you.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
So you lifted your welding mask and like dust fell out.
Somehow.
Like, But your face has far less of it than the rest of you.
Are they in active combat, or are we kind of coming up on the end where we don't have to?
By the
fight
time you
anything?
make it up there, it's towards the end.
Freya, I found him.
Freya is going to look at you like the most honest and human that she's ever looked at you. And okay, I, Michelle, cannot say your character's name because I have a speech thing, but Freya says it
Say, kid.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No, Freya says it perfectly.
Does Freya speak Dwarven?
No.
But,
But But
10 minutes. Yeah.
yeah. She's heard it enough to finally get it right. I have heard every single story you have told about them. I have heard how I've seen your face, and I know you. If they were your friends, you would have been a blubbering, happy mass of a man. But you weren't. And I saw Blondie having black armor, and you said that he could be holding her prisoner. So I shot at Blondie,
I know.
but she didn't take that chance, did she? To get free. All right. And she's gonna put like a hand on your shoulder. She's like, okay, we'll talk about this more because you're going through a lot.
Also, I cannot hear you out of my left ear.
So she's on your right side.
I hit my head and some dust
Yeah.
comes out.
The earbud does fall out, but it didn't do
Yeah.
enough. It helped.
Yeah.
Mop, mop. Mop, mop.
All right. As things settle, this is where in TV shows the scene cuts and things get fixed. But you are all still dusty, sitting around basically a little circle by the cars, by the tin can. It's the tin can, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the tin can and the truck, and the horse is there. The horse, which is somehow
Nice.
extra fast. And you can all. It is past midnight at this point. Yolanda is
here?
not there, but she said
Oh,
she'd
she
meet
would
up
have
with you
gone
when she
through.
could.
She
Yeah.
would have gone
Yeah.
through, right, to the other side?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Hey, thanks for the raid, everybody.
Hi.
Nice to see you. We're
Oh,
playing
thank
Rifts.
you.
Some major emotional explosions, and a factory got exploded.
An actual explosion.
Yeah. But Kid just found out that the people he's been chasing don't want to go back.
And they were mean. Well, he was mean. She was also mean. She turned off my hammer. I think he's just he's just sitting, I think, on the bed of his truck, kind of just sort of lost in thought.
You're still covered in dust from the explosion. Is there tear marks?
No, I'm a tough dwarven boy. What there isn't tear marks. What there is definitely smudging around around his eyes. But certainly you don't see any tear marks, no sir. But he must have wiped the dirt out of his eyes, obviously.
Yeah. I'm sure Peppermint has a fresh canteen of fresh water.
Yeah.
And you all have enough traveling gear that you can flush out the dirt on you, but you're going to need to find a place to hold up for the night.
Freya, before something escaped. Something that actually frightened Rohan. It's not a man. He had a business suit, but underneath that was that armor. And there was another human. And got him, and then they disappeared. I think the other one cast a spell, but one of the reasons why I sped up the timer is because I heard them talking. It must have been them about how they had most of the foremen, 9/10 of the workers, but they wanted more, and something about oh, I would have started sooner. And then it's well, that's why you're not a prince yet. So I think whoever I saw him and put fear in Rohan. Rohan could not move. They could not move. And so we're dealing with someone who wants to be a prince, which Yeah, that's. I mean, we knew that possibly could have been happening, but yeah, they're not happy. We put a dent in some sort of plan.
So Rohan recognized him. Who who is he?
Oh, a wannabe prince did not get names. But I figured someone that important that was in there, I was hoping we could get him in there, but we didn't. They are not happy.
Kid, you feel a little hard beak nuzzle under your hand, and a warmth kind of wrap around the back of you
Little snake monster friend.
as your snake bird monster with its claws,
Aw, yeah.
and its fire breathing,
My vicious little buddy.
kind of wraps itself around like your, kind of like a butt cushion. I don't know. Like it's not trying to
it wrapped
constrict
around my
you,
back. It
Yeah.
wrapped around my back and is snuggling essentially.
and is putting its beaked head on your thigh under your hand.
I definitely give him some little scratches.
It feels
Pet his
warm.
little head. Oh my god, I love him.
We have a companion. Okay, that's cool.
I don't remember what I named this thing.
Jelly.
Peanut butter jelly.
Oh,
Jelly.
was it jelly? Oh, I have it in my notes. Jelly,
Yeah.
small lizard creature. Yeah. Thanks, Jelly. Is there any
Peppermint, you've
meat?
seen this thing before.
Right.
Yeah. You could easily guess that Kid had been feeding it.
Even though I
Yes.
told you specifically not to feed wildlife.
When you say that, I look up and he just has like the saddest face, like.
But Mom.
Like, I've had a really rough day. I just want to pet Jelly.
So you're Lance.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's that?
Lance
Yeah,
is a
Lance.
15-year-old boy in what looks to be a coverall with
yeah.
a badge that says Cash Farms and another badge that says Lance.
So I know we were sent to like meet you, but then we saw.
You were sent to meet me? I mean, I didn't think anyone would respond to my shot onto the net.
Yeah,
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 we were
but
supposed. We were responding.
yeah, we just found out there was things in the tunnels that came out, and we tracked that, and then we learned what this factory was for and who was really running it, and
Wait, who was running it? It was people in town were being weird and they weren't acting themselves.
that's because they weren't themselves. So you know riffs, right? How weird things can come through.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes, ma'am.
there were these. There were these like bug creatures, and what they do is they like to replace people.
Well, I'd seen the bug creatures. The bug creatures didn't always look like people I knew. The bug creatures came like last week. Started seeing them. But it was before that the people started being weird. Like,
Oh yeah, so where the bug things are from, there are doppelgangers. So there are people that look like us, and then when they come from that place to here, and they kill the one here, they could take their place. But they come from this awful place where the bug people come from, and that's why they look and act different.
Lance looks up at you with his greenish blue eyes in his 15 years of experience of life and just looks sad. He was like, well, they're dead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So if you've got people that maybe were thinner, maybe they look like maybe lighter skin, like they haven't been in the sun a lot, then yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, still got Logan, I guess.
Yeah.
My daddy, he'd been real weird as of late. And I was poking around, and he found me poking around. And then me and Lance were poking around. Well, yeah. Yeah. And then Daddy got real mad and told me I had to come home for dinner. And then when I did, there were those two guys, and they knocked me out. And I came to when the car got. What happened to the car that I was in?
It got smashed.
Oh, here's a question: is Rohan still there, or is Rohan gone?
Rohan is still patrolling, making sure that they got all realizing that probably the rubble, like those things had to take time. So kind of hopefully, like kind of like was able like to bottleneck and pick them off one at a time. Yeah.
Any of the monsters that slowly are making their way towards the surface, Rohan can pick them off one by one.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee Rohan got all the bugs, but it didn't look like the bug people were immune to the explosion.
Okay.
Peppermint would have looked around a bit for probably signs of life, anyone to be saved. You did find two people that were just like DOA by the time you got there. And you did find a bunch of paper mache people, and most of those had the bug dead inside of them. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
The two people that you found dead, Lance was with you and said that they were some of the people acting strange. They had probably been some of the replaced.
Freya's gonna tell Lance. It's like, you might when you see Lance, ask him something that either like he would only know or
You
Or
mean
as-
Logan?
you Logan. Sorry, Logan. Lance, you're Lance. Logan. Yeah, when you see him.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And what's your name, man? We haven't met.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm Freya. This is Kid. Greeks. You met Peppermint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. And he nods over at Peppermint. This is a 15-year-old boy who calls every woman of any age that isn't younger than him, ma'am. So.
So yeah, if you can tell us what you know. I mean, well, hold on. We are tired, and once we realize this place is, and we got a hole up somewhere.
I got a place we can hole up. I'm not supposed to know about it, but there was an old hunting cabin that they used to use occasionally. I don't think anyone's there, but can't be too careful. And he gives you directions basically towards the city of, not Charlotte. What city am? Where's my map? Towards the city of Charleston, West Virginia. It's on the outskirts of town. There's a little. This is well after the apocalypse, for those who don't know. Rifts is set 300 years after the apocalypse, so the forest has reclaimed pretty much all of the land except for the town that they've started cutting out of this area. There's a river still running through Charleston, and a couple of miles downriver, there's a little hunting cabin where Lance sends you go. You do your correct reconnaissance. No one is there. No fire is lit, but it does have running water because of the stream. Well, it doesn't have running water. It has a stream.
We can go stand in the stream.
Yes.
Good enough.
This is. Yeah.
Yeah, I go and get all the mud off me.
Yeah. He does say, we shouldn't. You always go out with a buddy system. Don't be alone out here, because the tigers, or
The
Tigers.
tigers? Did you just say?
the saber-tooths and the sloths and
Sloths are adorable.
Bear sloths.
Oh, not as adorable.
They're the size of bears.
That's a big fucking sloth.
The bears, on the other hand, leave you alone. But you do have to watch out for some of the snakins. They're about
You mean-
3 feet long and kind of purplish. Not like the one like you've got some kind of critter there, but the
This is
snakins
Jelly.
is yes. Hello, Jelly. Is Jelly? Hi, Jelly.
No idea.
Yeah, the snakins they kind of have a purple glow and don't make eye contact with them. Just
Why?
cut off their heads as soon as you can. Did you say why?
Yeah.
Oh, because they try to take over your brain. And they just make you stand there while they just coil up around you.
Oh my god, the Jungle Book snake. Jungle Book snake.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
So if you see one of those, let your buddy know, and generally they can only do like they gotta focus. So
Okay.
yeah. But you're welcome to anything you can find in the cabin. I don't have a lot in the way of extra clothes. This isn't even my cabin.
Lance, did you say that there were people in the town that were being replaced too? Or was it only this factory?
I noticed mostly it was the factory workers, but it was some people in town too. The new mayor was
Oh shit.
strange man. Jedediah the Mystic. He stopped using magic. It seemed a little strange.
Can you describe Jedediah the Mystic? Oh wait, I don't know about the chitin man who was holding the mage, did I? Do I?
No.
Okay,
No,
never
only
mind.
only Freya. Freya's got a picture, but she hasn't been able to.
Yeah. He probably wouldn't have been there. He's in town. He's our town healer, but he has had to close up shop recently. He said he needed some kind of mumbo jumbo. I don't know about all the whole magic brain psychic
Magic
stuff.
stuff.
So really, me and Logan, and we're talking to the other kids. A lot of the kids' parents, we worked at the factory, but all the kids seem okay. Logan teaches the school. Yeah.
So a lot of these kids, their parents worked in the factory.
Yeah. It's pretty
Do-
much
Have you?
one of the 3 industries here.
Have you?
And like I said, my dad.
Your dad, yeah. Have they started hanging out like all of a sudden like the new mayor's like we have this new community initiative and we all need to meet every Thursdays and
There is what they called the new church. But that was only for adults.
yep.
It seemed harmless. Like
Sexy
basically
church.
they just replaced bingo night.
Yeah, we gotta look into that.
Did you tell anybody else about any of this?
I had mentioned it to 1 or 2 people passing through, and they just looked at me like I had 17 heads and that they hadn't seen that before. But I put it on the outer net, the extra net, the one that goes outside of town. Town's got a little bit of a little net, more like a bulletin board, because not too many folk are savvy with the text. But I know my way around. Well, there's I don't know. And then I put a thing up there, and then there was someone responded, and then someone else, and then I got another response from them, said beyond like that the dawn was coming or something. I didn't know what that meant. I thought it was just a spam mail trying to sell me something. Trying to remember who that was from.
Do we know what that is?
Greeks, you're clever. I can't find the nickname that I had given someone. Oh, no, there would be. The operative. You remember the operative as being Peppermint's sister, was the code name that they went by.
Oh yeah. That was Ivy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't say yes. I say yes. All right. And he's kind of just like sitting there thinking. He's like, well, I don't think my dad was at the factory. Oh God, I don't think my dad's alive anymore.
Where was your dad?
He's back at the farm.
Well, we could go check on him.
Perhaps we do need to investigate this town.
We
There
gotta look at.
is
yeah.
there's potentially stuff to learn there, and I can talk to this Jedediah and see if I can make out what he's going on about.
I don't think we should split up in this town, though. I think we should stay near each other. I mean, if these things can, replace you, then
Question: Did we caved in the lake in the cave, right?
The big explosion that took out the glass factory would probably have disrupted the lake, dropping some debris into it, making it thus not a perfect mirror.
the skeleton
Uh-huh.
lake.
Skeleton
Yeah.
lake. Yes.
Okay,
Skeleton
yeah.
lake in the old nuclear base.
Yes, which acted as a mirror portal to the
Nightlands,
Hellland.
yes.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Nightlands.
Into the office building. That was great.
Into the NORAD building from 1996. Yes.
Walking in on a Rifts game sure is a trip. I can just imagine if this was a show and you're like, episode 10, yeah, I'll catch up. What the fuck? Now we're going to the moon.
Oh, we're not going to the moon.
We're not going to.
Oh,
We
is
are
the moon a
not
bad
going to the
place?
Yeah. So,
No,
Probably.
don't go to the moon.
okay.
And you can't get there, so don't worry about it.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say
Wait,
we
so
clean up, we rest up.
we go to town?
Mm-hmm.
Check out the
Um,
town.
What should we do about the stick together is all good and all, but that's,
Where did they grab you?
yeah,
Where did they grab you from?
home.
They grabbed your family too?
Dad had me come home. He hadn't been acting right. Mom died years ago.
All right, then you-
Steffi, I think, was sleeping at friends. He'd said.
Is that your sister?
My sister, yeah, my little sister.
I think we should go visit his house first, but I think you should probably stay here. Do you think that this spot is safe?
As long as we don't light a big old fire. I don't think anyone will come out here looking. Anyone coming looking is probably going to go up to the factory, and that's probably on fire by now.
Okay. Should we go check on his sister?
She was staying at her friend's on sleepover. I'm not worried about her tonight, as long as
Okay.
she's not at the house.
And you said a lot of the kids seem okay.
Yeah, none of the kids seemed altered or affected. Some of them were complaining about their parents acting weird, but
They probably knew that you were onto them or something.
yeah, like I said, Dad had caught me and Logan snooping.
All right. Where should we go first, Freya?
Well, let's go check out his farm.
Well, like you said, I don't want to be left here alone.
Do you want to come with us?
You don't know where it is. I know my way around there. I'm a good shot.
Better than me. That'll be
Oh
useful.
yes, here, ma'am. Here's your pistol.
Oh, you can hold on to it for now. When this is all over, you can hand it back.
This is a little hunting lodge.
Oh, okay.
So he walks up to a safe. He's like, can anyone crack a safe?
I have a hammer.
I don't know if any of you have safe cracking the skill.
Let's see.
No,
Nope.
No, I
I
don't
doubt
think I have that specifically.
What
I
was
have
that,
pick
Greeks?
locks.
Is it electronic safe?
It is electronic safe.
And I can Greeks can probably crack it.
All right.
I have carpentry.
You could build a lovely frame for that safe.
Hey.
Greeks comes up and touches the safe. It is a simple electronic safe. It is out of date. The encryption is not difficult. Give me a percentile check. Basically, the only way something goes wrong is if the safe is not in good condition.
19.
Okay, you easily crack the safe with your mental mechanical powers.
Open sunflower.
It opens, and it's one of those safes that's like a gun. It's a gun safe for rifles. Except there's 3 rifles in there, and on the back wall of it is a bunch of what look like, smaller firearms, and there is 3 grenades. Hunting is different in Rifts. He reaches in and pulls out 2 what look to be very big, old-fashioned pistols. And pulls up a box of bullets, and loads both guns. And he goes into another room, finds a belt, and grabs an ammo belt.
Oh, shit.
He's like,
This
"Well,
kid's
I got-"
more prepared than I am.
He has 2. He has 2 pistols. He goes, "All right. Well, I got 36 shots. I can make them count. These are big bore rounds. They'll punch through most anything small."
Okay.
Grenades too. Nice.
Yeah, I don't think we'll need them.
For the quantum deer that we hunt.
Quantum
out in
deer?
the
Well,
woods.
Here's the thing: we just won't rile up the rhino bugs.
Boy,
We won't rile up the beetles. We'll just let the beetles be, and we won't need the grenades. If you want them, I guess you could take one. But sometimes there's, stampedes of brontosaur or that kind of thing. Need to scare them off.
Well, then I guess lead the way.
Looking around the walls of this place, you see people posing with what look to be hunting trophies. There is people posing with what look to be giant saber-toothed cats. There is one person standing on top of a T-Rex that has been killed.
Awesome.
There are a few other things that one looks like a giant, like if an octopus was made out of sandpaper.
I don't like that.
No. It's not a good image.
He goes, "All right."
I still have Rohan. Because I got they've got
Yeah.
the PPE, so Rohan is,
You spend for it? Gotcha.
yeah. Because
Okay.
I'm sure it's been, yeah, because I
been a-
can do this for a few hours.
I was gonna say, it's been at least 2 hours. It's probably like 2 in the
Oh.
morning now.
Yeah, because I can do, yeah.
Yeah, I
do it
think
for
we
4
should-
hours.
We should probably clear that house and then
Mm-hmm.
clear his farm and then maybe rest.
Hello. How are we
'Cause-
resting here?
Well, if Dad's the only one at the farm, I guess no one's expected to come in until 4 in the morning. So we got about 2 hours before some of the workers on the farm start showing up. But they mostly seem normal. There's only like 6 of them. I think Eddie was 6, so maybe 5 people tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah,
to go
what
to
do-
the. I want to go to
Oh.
the farm not only to help him, but I want to see if I want to try to find out where they might have put your dad.
His dad is likely dead.
I want to make sure.
All right.
Okay. You make your way to the farm. It is a quiet night. There's the occasional sound of a screech owl bellowing in the night. But it doesn't seem to faze Lance at all. Lance is a little shaken, but his hands aren't shaking. He's just a little disturbed. Coming up to the house, you see a little house and gigantic, about half, like a football field, like a college football stadium. It looks like it could have been a college football stadium, and yeah. Inside, you hear the sound of giant things moving around slowly. It's like, oh, that's the beetle pen. Let's just stay out of there.
All right.
We got about 4 of them. It's not mating season, so we should be good. Weather's not warm enough yet. When they get randy, it's... Sorry, I'm babbling. It's just helping to keep my mind busy.
How should we do this, Freya? I was thinking about just knocking on the front door.
I think we should ask Lance. Like, where would your dad be? What's the best approach to this place?
Dad would be asleep. To be honest, if you knock on the front door, he'd probably come answer holding a gun. But I suppose that wouldn't matter to people like you.
Yeah.
I'll go up. I think I got the best armor. Put my mask down.
Mm-hmm.
Walk up to the door and just knock.
There is a knocker which has, like, it looks like a little bit of a beetle head. That, and coming out of its mouth is a door knocker. It takes a little bit of knocking. You hear, "What you want?"
What do you want?
Yeah. I'm armed here. Don't make me sick the beetles on you.
Do I know Lance's last name?
Cash.
Mr. Nice. Mr. Cash.
Who's asking? There is a sign like 50 feet to the left that says Cash Farms.
I found your son. I'm looking to bring him back.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Was he out?
He was.
Hold on a minute. I'll disarm the door.
Disarm the door.
Yeah. You do hear a buzzing that you had just thought was maybe like the power go off. The door was electrified.
Awesome.
Like if you had tried to go through it, you would.
It would have electrocuted me. Yeah.
Yeah, like because if you were a rhino beetle, that might have stopped you. So you see the door open, and it is an older man, in his maybe 50s, I'd say. So not that much older, but an older man in his 50s. Looks a lot like Lance. It looks like he hasn't slept in 10 years. He is holding a big honking pistol. That's actually a shotgun. And it is pointed at you. He goes, "Well, where's the boy?"
Before anybody like does anything brash, can I cast Sense Evil on him?
You can cast Sense Evil, so you do cast it if you would like to. Let me see what you might get. And
Do I
read
see
Sense
any
Evil
other-
real quick.
Does Greek see anyone else, like any other movement with their
With your
multi-optic?
tracking stuff and your multi-optics. Yeah, you see only one heat signature in the house.
In the house?
Only one heat signature in the house, because you can see thermal through a multi-optic band, I believe.
Sense Evil is
That's
on
weird.
page 92.
So, Sense Evil allows you to see supernatural evil things. Alright, so you don't when you use Sense Evil, you don't get a solid, like, ping. You kind of get a fuzzy blip.
Okay.
Like, it's not a this is evil. It's something's weird.
Okay.
Your son's he's coming up the rear. But I wanted to
Is that a joke?
introduce. No. He's back there. But I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Kuroka Hellkid, and I extend my hand.
Well, you just get my boy in here and you can go.
Where I
You don't
come
need
from,
folk like you around here.
it's customary to
adventurers.
shake hands.
Well, where I come from, I'm not gonna reach out my door. I'm not gonna invite you in, vampire.
Where's the real Mr. Cash?
What are you talking about?
Where's the real Mr.
He
Cash?
squints at you.
You're not.
I am the real Mr. Cash.
You're not. Where is he?
My name is Gwentrude Belvedere Cash. I was born on this farm, and I will die on this farm and taking you with me if I have to. You send my boy in here and you go.
Lance. Is this him? Because I can't be sure if I can't touch him
I guess
or crush his weird paper mache
I
body.
do have a question, because the bugs before their like language skills and stuff were very simple, weren't they?
The bugs had a very simple thing. And Lance had said the bugs were new to town.
Yeah, this would be a doppelganger.
Oh, I don't know about these rules yet.
So, did Lance mention his mother's name?
His mother's name was Susan.
Look, I'm sure things would have been tough after Delia, died.
Yes. And who are you?
I'm Freya.
I'm sure there's a lot of you out there. I ain't coming out and you ain't coming in. Listen. Things are always rough on the farm. Sorry, I just watched my wife carry my sleeping daughter to bed.
Oh, that was very cute.
Yeah, it was. Hence the face going, oh,
My family.
oh, adorable. She probably, yeah, anyway. Now, I don't know what you're talking about. You're saying craziness. And you can leave.
Is he? Did he open the front door and he's like looking right at me with the
A
shotgun pointed at
little
me?
bit. Yeah. The shotgun is not poking through the door. He's not that reckless.
Mm.
But the door's open like there's a chain.
Oh, gotcha. What do you want to do, Freya?
How long have you actually been here?
Now, you get on going. We don't need strangers asking weird questions, things that don't make no sense. Nothing's wrong here.
Does this door look like I can knock it off of its hinges with my hammer?
With
Like
your
sizing
hammer,
it up?
yes. It is. The door looks good. It looks like a
Sturdy.
strong door,
Mhm.
like it could take a big hit. Because,
But with my
rhino beetles.
blacksmithing, carpentry, and
Yeah,
masonry
you know
skills,
where to catch
can
this door.
I know like where
Take
to
out
hit
the
it,
frame.
knock it off of its thing.
You're not gonna knock the door down. You're gonna knock the frame of the door down.
Perfect. That's what I do because I believe Lance. After what we saw at the factory, I'm gonna believe this kid, and this guy's acting weird. So I just go back up and I hit and just smash it
Give me a
Give
roll
him
on your
one-
carpentry skill.
on my carpentry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's not about how much damage you do. It's about where you hit it.
Oh, I got a 30. My carpentry is a 35.
Okay, perfect.
So that's good.
Yes.
5 less.
5 under is 5 under. 132. 1 second. I need to see a thing. Alright, so
So
you
I'm just looking at the door frame while he's talking and like, yeah, I can do that.
sizing it up going, PP, less PP average. You smash the door onto him. And he is not expecting it. It does fall onto him, and you hear like his wrist break.
Ooh. I'm sorry.
But
I didn't.
and he's gonna you knock the shotgun is knocked out of his hands by the door.
I would like to go over and kick that outside.
Yeah,
Freya could
easily
probably
you not being a vampire cross over the threshold of the house easily.
Look, you don't know what I am.
Yeah, I know you're not a vampire.
All right. Next character.
I built your character sheet, and no.
Yeah.
What would I know about like doppelgangers?
Doppelgangers replace people. I think you've gotten some info from Yolanda on them.
Yeah.
I just want because I do have like lower demon and monsters and fairies and creatures and
If
stuff.
you want to roll that, creatures of magic. Actually, fairies and creatures of magic is the roll.
Okay, yeah, I do. Oh, nope, I don't know anything. 87 out of 45.
Well, all you know is what Yolanda told you.
Yeah.
That doppelgangers are SDC, but they are supernaturally strong.
Can Freya bend down and start questioning him and use her interrogation skill?
You get close, and he starts to lift up the door that fell onto him. Unless someone stops him, he's going to.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my foot on it and like stand on it.
That does not seem to be enough.
Uh-oh. He's pushing me up.
'Cause you don't have supernatural strength.
Okay, then Freya just brings out her pistol and shoots.
Are you going to shoot him or next to him?
Poor Lance, this is traumatizing.
Next to him.
Okay. You shoot next to him, and he goes, whoa, 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 no need for that now. Listen, you can take whatever you want. Yeah.
Where is the real Mr. Cash?
listen, listen. Clearly, um, I know what you mean. Um, he's under the rhino beetle pants.
So he's dead.
No, um, they wanted me to learn more about him, but I got tired. And I don't, uh, so I'm just, yeah. He's there. Um,
He's alive.
Probably. I mean, unless he died of like a heart attack or something. He was alive when I left him about a couple hours ago.
Uh, do you guys hear this?
Yeah. Ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lance
Yeah,
know where that is?
yeah, I know what he's talking about.
Me and Lance will go check that out. The rest of you, keep your eyes on him.
Now, listen, I'll tell you whatever you want to know about them if you just promise to let me go and keep your word.
Let's start from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're gonna try to get anything we can out of this guy.
All right, so you, Peppermint and Lance go to the pens, and Lance punches in the code, which has been changed. Greeks comes over and tricks the lock anyway. And down there, unconscious, like tied to a chair, is still wearing his underwear, but only his underwear. Gertrude, I forget what I said. Gertibund, Benedict,
It was a
Gertibund
bit.
Benedict.
I heard Gwentrude. Is that what?
Gwentrude. It was Gwentrude, Benedict. Was it
Belvedere?
Benedict? Belvedere. That's
Belvedere.
it. I knew it was a B. Gwentrude Belvedere. Cash.
Cash. That's a fucking name and a half.
I want to make sure like that he's more or less healthy, not going to.
You see injection marks on his arm. You see he has been roughed up, but not like super injured. He doesn't need a hospital so much, but he is unconscious right now.
Probably needs
And
some
you can wake him
fluids
up
and stuff.
Yeah, get some fluids in him, and you get him out of there. You get him set up with some fluids. Yeah. Back in the house, he goes, all right, so, how much do you know about your world?
Night Lords,
Okay,
Nightlands.
that saves a lot. I'm from the Nightlands.
Let's get.
Oh god, that saved me like 3 hours of talking.
Yeah, we're up
Yeah,
to
yeah.
date.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got.
All right. So, over there, life is bad.
Yeah, we took a trip.
And they took me out of the city and told me that I could come over here if I pretended to be the guy. And I wasn't anyone important. I was just another person they told to move around on a farm and help keep everybody fed. And that's what I did there, and apparently that's what he does here, but he's better. Like, I guess because you can farm stuff here. Back there, it's no good. Not much grows. Do you know what it takes to get a potato to grow in basically like ashy dirt? It's not easy. It's real rough. Like, you find everything you can for fertilizer, and there's not a lot of wild animals around, so guess what we gotta use? It's quite awful. So I just started being over there. And, they tell you what you do, and you do it, or else they take you away. And so I did it. And then they offered to help me come to a place that felt nice. This place is nice. I don't want to leave it.
Well, tell us who sent you here.
It was the Houndmaster, he called himself. He came over here and he got a little following, and they said they needed more of him, and if I would just worship up, it would help them, and they'd let me live over here. and like I don't like myself or the other me, but like I heard stories about some when you come over you gotta prove you're the real one, but I don't feel like I gotta do that. So I didn't.
How many of you are there?
How many? Well, just me and the original, just the two of us.
No,
We
I
own.
mean,
No,
are there
Huh?
more?
How
Are there
many
more
more
people like you?
replacements?
Oh boy. I don't know the numbers, but at least 17, maybe 18.
is
Is
there
there
a
any way?
housemaster in town?
Oh yeah, he's a mayor.
Oh fuck!
Like I said, he got a bit of a following, and he started up the little church that listen,
And
I've
they
been here a week. I don't.
It,
I don't.
is there some way that we can tell the difference between a doppelganger and their original? Like, do you bleed pink, or
No,
do
we're
your
just
eyes
people.
shine in the night?
We're a bit stronger,
Okay.
and we grew up in the darkness pretty much, so we can see a little better in the dark, but not like crazy better. Because well, you don't grow up in the darkness over there. You just be. You just one day you are.
Hmm.
Do you know if they're going to other towns?
All I know is this town. All I know is here. They didn't tell me about other things. They told me about here a little bit so that I would know what to do and who to report to. Uh, they told me to go to the guy with the gray beard, the mystic guy. Um, and I overheard them laughing about how he's got to find a new job to do. Yeah. You see, because not everybody's an exact duplicate. Like, I mean, you look the same pretty much, but like, you're not exact. Like, stuff can be different.
So he
Like
can't use magic.
like I'm right-handed.
And
Okay.
it's this new church. It's this church, right?
Yeah.
Is it just doppelgangers that are going, or is it getting regular people too?
I only been the once. I don't know exactly who was replaced. Um, but I heard them talking about auras a bit.
Auras?
Yeah, like
The
something about
energy, the energy around us, right?
I guess. This guy doesn't really know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Peppermint, you've heard of auras. You know a lot about them. Anyone who knows psychics knows that there's a psychic power called sea aura. It's like, it's been feeling a little less like because back where I'm from, everything is kind of just like a intense dullness all the time, and that's kind of been going away since I've been here. But I still feel a little bit of like a malaise in your soul.
Wait, so you didn't come here. You could have killed him, or you were supposed to kill him and replace him, right?
Yeah, well, it's like yes, I did not. I chose not to kill him. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, never mind. That's a lie.
Are the others dead?
I honestly don't know.
Do you
I'm
remember where you came in from?
there was a pool. They joked about it being a baptism.
Was it full of skeletons?
It was real dark.
Okay. Were you in the
Uh,
mine?
yeah, but it's by the mine, like a
Oh,
pool in
okay.
the mines. What was that
Uh,
explosion up there? I mean, you don't have to tell me. Never mind.
Oh, now I kind of want to. Never mind.
You said something about worship?
Yeah, they're the Night Lords. They want you to praise them
yeah,
or
that's how
to
they.
give yourself over to them. They want people to worship them.
And they give people promises.
I've seen them do it. I've seen them promise something to when they needed someone to do something, they just offer them what they need, and you can. I saw one guy get a request, and that was all he wanted was a sandwich, and then just handed him the most perfect sandwich out of nowhere. Like he just manifested a sandwich.
So they're like gods or
No.
genies
I mean,
or both.
to me, they kind of sound like the Fae.
I don't
The Fae.
know about Faye.
Like fairy creatures,
Oh,
make
like
a deal. They
fairies.
give you something. Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
They give you what you want, but the price is always steep.
Hmm.
So
What
you've
did they
only
get?
been... No, go ahead.
Good. I was gonna say, what did they give you to do this, or was this the present?
I'm not back there. And I
Okay.
swear to you, I will disappear. I will go elsewhere. I will never speak this again. I will not mention it. I will not tell people about you or them.
Will you come back and try to hurt this
No,
family?
no, I don't want to be around here because around here, they're around here. I don't want to be. If I can get away from the Night Lords, oh my gosh! If I could go the rest of my days without hearing about Night Lords, I would be a happy man. If you sent me, like, I will never darken your doorstep again.
It's up to you, Freya.
You
We could also probably put him in that pen.
Yeah, I'm not the expert here, but are we sure we can trust him?
Can they track you?
I mean, they got the hounds. Hounds can track pretty much anything. But if you, I don't know, do adventurer things around here, that'll leave enough of a mess. I could probably just be gone forever. I don't want them to find me, but I would love if you could make sure they never did. But like, I don't think they'll. I don't know. They didn't
Yeah.
seem to think I was all that important until they needed me to replace him. And now that I failed them, obviously, if you don't kill me, they will.
Yeah,
And,
we plan on distracting them.
well, I listen. I ain't asking for much. Anything you can give me. Well, yeah. Like I
Do
don't
you
need.
know? Do you know anything about the man with the blue sword, or the woman
Really?
that travels with him?
Yeah, he doesn't. The Houndmaster and him. I saw them arguing, and
Okay.
it got intense. And then the woman stepped between them, and that was
Do you
weird.
know? Do you know if either of them are imposters like yourself?
I ain't never seen any of them before. I mean, I don't know nothing for certain about who's what, but some of the people around town I did see on the other side.
Okay.
But I ain't only when I was coming through was that let's call him dude. That dude over there.
Okay. Kid walks away. And he's done. Like, okay.
Well, give us a list of the names you know. And Freya just wants to make sure that pumps them as much information as possible.
Does your interrogation have a percentage roll?
Yes, it does.
All right, you get a plus 10 buffer, meaning a positive. It is 10 for you in whichever direction you prefer.
That's
know
an
what I mean.
8.
Okay, so he basically gives you the McCarthyism list of names. for people in the town. It seems like all of them are adults. Doppelgangers aren't children that he knows of. He's never heard of a doppelganger child. Hold on, would he? He had heard a rumor once, but he's never seen it.
Mm.
It being so incredibly rare.
So is Jedediah on the list?
Jedediah the Mystic, yes, is like number 1 on the list. It is basically anyone who owned a business where other people went. And most of the workers.
And the mayor.
No, not the mayor. The
Mayor's
mayor
the Houndmaster.
was the
The
Houndmaster.
Houndmaster.
He's a lot closer than I thought he was.
Freya wants to describe the man she saw coming out of. And
Yeah,
it sounds familiar.
like real sharp cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of soft, weird, horrifying eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the mayor.
That's the mayor.
Wonderful.
Who is his assistant?
What did he call him? He's my advisor. Because I'm trying to remember the last meeting. What did he call him? Well, all right, I'm telling you everything. So, at the last meeting, he called him the Shadow Priest. I think we were told to call him Simon. Simon Whitaker. But and he gives you a list of names which I can generate.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just wait for you to decide.
I would like to wait till like the real Mr. Cash.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's
And
Ooh, let him decide. That's a good one. I'm killing this motherfucker.
do you let Mr. Cash is roused to consciousness and able to walk again and in clothing.
I do explain that the one that looks like him was forced to do this. Technically, most of them kill right away. So it's interesting that he kept you alive. He is truly terrified of the ones who did this to him. He wants a chance to live in the world very far away from here. Now, as you are the one that were done wrong, and you know this place and your culture better than I do, what would you like to have done?
I mean, he's me.
Yes.
He should be killed, but how do you kill yourself? Well, yeah, it's I. He's not a good person. He drinks too much sometimes. Gets angry. He's bad to people. But he's me.
If you want to give him a second chance, then give
I
him.
guess the Lord gave me one. With all of y'all. And my boy coming back for me.
So I want to tell Cash too that one, come up with a new name.
Yeah.
And give him some credits. I'll give him 100 credits and go. If we hear of you, even if we just smell you a little bit on the wind, we'll just kill you on sight.
Is there anything in the west? Or should I go east? I don't know. I didn't have time to study the world.
Oh God.
All I know is the deserts back home.
What are we near? What's the nearest town that we're near?
Should I go south? And they go, no, don't go south.
No, don't go south.
No, don't go south.
No.
Should you give him directions to Merktown?
Or what about Pittsburgh? Might not be great.
I mean, I could head north.
Could always send him up to Old Bones. But that
Yeah.
he'd fit in there.
Old Bones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you say where you want me, that's where I'll go.
Okay. We'll give him Peppermint will give him directions though.
Yeah.
Go north. Hit the Great Lakes. Go north.
You're there.
basically.
There, there.
Go along the river. Don't die by pirates.
If you find the ocean, you went too far.
So basically, you give him 100 credits and a gun.
Yeah, and some clothes and some food and
Enough to not die immediately.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he takes off. He moves with a mixture of hope and fear as he leaves. Like
the best mixture.
Like, this is terrifying, and he's terrified of you and terrified of what might happen, but he's also excited to no longer have to be someone, or to be himself, but not himself. And to no longer, and he will spend the rest of whatever time he has looking over his shoulder for the monsters. But he's gonna run until they catch him.
That sucks.
Well, hope they don't catch him.
They might not. So, with that, Lance thanks you and says, well, tomorrow y'all can crash here. We got bunkhouses that are, we take on a lot of extra personnel during mating season because it's harder to keep the beetles in line. But you're welcome to them if you need them.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so you have a place to stay for the night, and basically they're both going to crash for the next day. There's basic armor supplies, so you can patch up small, like up to let's say 25 MDC you can repair, and it's a night's rest. It's not great because there's the sound of the rhino beetles screeching at each other occasionally, but
Soothing.
What do I get back for PP?
use a full night's sleep, which is 8 hours of rest. Meditation, I think, is extra, but you're not on a ley line.
What are the rules for that?
I forget. It's in your character class somewhere. Probably 10 per hour.
Okay. I'll find it.
It's at least 5 per hour to 10 per hour.
Okay.
So, the night settles. The sun comes up. the day begins. You learned a lot. You had some conversations. You found out some things. And you exploded a glass factory. We moved the camera moves around into a bathroom and then into one of the mirrors and then through the mirror. Tracking back out, coming up on a wide view of the factory. Zooming in slower and slower on an explosion. A pile of rubble. Explosion at the factory. Under the blood-red sky, you see a man who is part motorcycle fighting, blasting away at Nightbane. You see a man with a sword, with dark skin and a traditional Muslim hat, a kufi hat. I think that might be it. Making his way through a line of hounds, stroke by stroke, dispatching them. And you see Yolanda take out a doppelganger that looks like one of the men from the photo of the guy who had hunted the sandpaper octopus. With her glass arms, she punches him into the ground. And then you see a flash of darkness. And coming over one of the ridges, coming around the ridge right above the quarry, you see a giant crab claw grab one of the hounds and pull it into the quarry. And that's where we'll end for the night.
Yeah.
Oh,
Emperor
the crab.
Crab.
The crab, yes.
My buddy, my fucking
Yeah.
buddy. Get him. Get him.
He was trying to get through the portal.
Oh, he wants to
Oh,
come
then you
over
blew it
here
up.
and hang out. Oh, if we find our way back there, I want to. I need to get a bag of holding that I can put the eel guts in, so I can bring him some eel guts. The whole eel, actually. He wanted the whole eel.
All right. So good work, everybody. I think that will prop you all to level 4.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice.
So we'll deal with all that in the next week. Thank you all for joining us. This was an hopefully emotional and action-packed game, especially in the beginning.
It
You can
was
catch
for
us-
me.
You can catch it video on demand, or you can check out our YouTube page, where all episodes are archived. And this will be up there probably within a week or two. So, all right, everybody. Good game.
Yeah.
Let's take a breath.
Ah.
All right, so let's go around and give our outros, starting with Peppermint, if you don't mind.
Yeah, hi, I am Nerdy Teddy. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy and in the Nerds with Dice Discord, as well as some various other places, though I'm not very active in them. I also stream here Thursdays and Fridays, that is Beyond the Void and Millennium Nights Turbo Jungle, and Monday nights you can find me over on the Bardic Nox channel playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I have a little link here for each page where there's a few small games and stuff. Trying to think. Oh, and we have merch. That's everything.
All right, thank you so much. And we'll go around to Kid.
Hello, everybody. I am Evan Jennings. I'm Evan Jennings64 on the Twitter. I do art. It's on you can find it on Art of Zombie Love Juice on Instagram and Twitter. I run an evil campaign of D&D 5e. You can find that on a YouTube channel called Beyond EMH. If you I'm sorry. I've got like no sleep last night, so my brain dead. I think that's it. I think that's all I got for you.
All right. Yeah. And Freya?
Hi, I'm Michelle. You can find me on Twitter at Shell_game. I got this, and then every other Wednesday, I'm on Midgardia for Tales of Omeria. Our next game will be the 10th, and that's what I'm doing.
All right, awesome. And Greeks.
Hi, I'm Teen. I'm on Twitter at Teen Tut. All my other links are there. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. EST, is finale of Ballad Into the Dark over at Asians Represent Twitch.
Nice. Awesome. All right. So, thank you. My name is Kevin. I am your GM. You can find me at Bisonic Kevin on Twitter, where I basically post about this game when it's happening and maybe occasionally retweet something. But you can definitely find me on the Discord. You can find my wife's amazing knitting patterns, including she just released a sweater, I think yesterday, called the Initiative sweater, which looks super awesome on lattesandllamas.com. Let me call up a link for that and not do that on the webpage that I'm using to transfer my voice. That would be bad. That would undo what I'm trying to do. Copy. It's an awesome sweater. So, thank you for sticking with us. You can find us on Discord, YouTube, elsewhere, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Do we have a raid?
Yes, we do. We will be raiding so many games.
They were just here.
Yeah, they were. But that's okay, because we're going to...
Yeah, we love it.
We're going to go spread the love back. So we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Be safe.